Hi everyone, this is Salvi coming to you with some VTuber news today. I do try to get you as much as I can, and of course I do hope I earn a subscription, and I do hope I earn a follow, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And of course be sure to do that before the video ends, and I do hope that you enjoy the things that I have for you. Dokibird, a wonderfully warm soul who has gone through a lot recently. I'm just going to go over a little bit, just real quick, a recap of what happened. Yesterday, or at least, yesterday, day before yesterday, etc., there was something that came out from Caliente where she was reading of course, a lot of people already have a lot to say about that person, but what they were reading was a document from, I believe it was an artist or people involved with the Doki auction, the recent Doki auction, charity auction PC. It was supposed to be about $3,500. It was actually supposed to be 3,500 pounds, British pounds, about 4,000 US dollars worth of PC. Now, she was going through all that, and she was trusting an artist, or, an artist that was supposed to be going through all that and doing it for her. Now, the thing is, of course, it's understandable that it gets a little bit more, but this person tried to scam her for $14,000 to $15,000 PC at the end, which is only about $2,000 in parts and almost $10,000 in labor. It was really bad. So the document that was put out was by the angry person, saying that she was a scammer and saying all this other stuff here, and also they try to paint her as a scammer when she really wasn't. In the end, she was almost scammed, and guess what? She decided, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to do it myself, try to get other artists to help out, and do it that way. Didn't work out. At the end of the day, though, she paid over 10,000 Canadian dollars, over 7,000 US dollars to the person, so that they can make their own PC. They can get it also with, new stuff, 5090, all that kind of stuff if they want it, because, everything's more expensive nowadays. And, everything was fixed there. She had to make her own Google Doki, or in this case, Google Doki. She had to make it to basically show all the parts that I just said. So what this has caused her is to have to take a break. It has caused her to take a bit of a break. She says, thank you everyone for outpouring of support and love. Honestly, so scared and worried when I had to make a Google Doki. Haha. I'll be back in a few days to care for the doggo, Doki Amber Doge, which recently went with surgery. They received surgery for Doki Amber Doge for the back. It has a Dachshund, the weenie dogs, long back. It usually causes issues. So they have a surgery. And of course, Doki Amber Doge is still recovering. And not look at social media. I miss you all, Dragoons. And I hope you can wait a little longer. Now she has that extra space there. Now remember, this isn't like Nijisanji days. She does not have a manager that would be doing this stuff for her. Maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. But in this case, it is her. So it is not some weird, extra stuff like, oh my god, extra space. It's not Doki. No, it's actually Doki in this case. So I do wish her the best. I do know that sometimes you do need to escape all of social media because, oh boy, it is a cesspool a lot of times. I know, because every single day I have to wade through it. So I definitely know. And I wish her the best, and I hope she comes back more refreshed and happier than ever. I had talked about Nana Asteria in a previous video that I put out, where she had lost a member of the community to, their own personal situations. It might have been S, if you know what I mean, that type of self-harm, self-damage, etc. But they lost a long-time member of the community, and it hurt her. So that is why she wanted to do a charity, a full-on charity stream. It was a full-on charity drive, like everything going, like 50% going to charity and 50% going to the family. So it was 100% charity, but 50% going to charity for S prevention and 50% going directly to the family. We have raised over 5.5K for that kind of prevention. Thank you so much to every single Galaxy Gang member who has shown up and contributed. That sounds kind of wrong, but yes. Fighting mental health feels like an invisible storm that no one else can see. And boy, do I know that. I still have, I luckily have therapy and medication and things like that. But still, there are very dark days that do happen. So this is a cause that is very near and dear to my heart. Getting help has so many emotional, mental, social, financial, and social barriers, societal barriers. But by raising awareness, talking more about these tough topics, and breaking down stigma, we can save more lives. Thank you to all of my guests who have come and shared their experiences with mental health and advice. I messaged my friends at such a short notice, but they still made time and showed up. I am forever grateful many content creators, if not the majority of VTubers, struggle with mental health issues. By having these conversations, we understand that we too need to treat our mental health seriously as streamers. This could mean more breaks, attempts to achieve a healthy work-life balance, and being kinder to ourselves so we can be better beacons of hope and leaders for our community. That's what I try to do. This week will continue to be rough for everyone in the Galaxy Gang, but know that I am so incredibly proud to call you all my fans. You have the kindest hearts, and the way you encourage, advise, and take initiative for each other is an inspiration to all. Pram will forever be a pillar of the Galaxy Gang. That's the person who passed away. As our little brother, community member, and friend. Half of these funds will be donated to the American Foundation for S Prevention, and half will go to the grieving family. Please check in on the people around you and ask the hard questions. Remember little facts about their life and check in on them. The world may feel overwhelming sometimes, but no one is ever truly alone or unloved. You are so deeply loved, more than you ever know. And that is a very important part of this. Yes, you are loved more than you'll ever know, and are appreciated by people that you may never have thought, and loved by people that you may never have thought and may never have imagined. But it is hard to see it a lot of times when you are in your worst situations, when you are in your worst times. But it is good to just take a look, sometimes take a break, and do things for yourself and put yourself first. Kyrio Cypher, who used to be a member of Nijisanji as Hex Haywire, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, has decided to do something for their birthday subathon. They're doing charity work. I'd catch on fire if it meant burning there with you. That's a bad pickup line. That's the kind of pickup line I would say, and I'd suck at pickup lines. To whom so much is given, much is required. I am honored to be partaking in my first subathon with my community, with a part of the proceeds going towards S prevention efforts. This is very good. As I have said before, if people were like, oh, are you going to be okay with Hex Haywire going to Kyrio Cypher? If they actively try to change, with Kyrio has been putting rules out to make sure people don't get too parasocial, to make sure people don't get too crazy. He's been putting actual rules out, actually enforcing them by banning people and doing that. So he's made a change, and I will give him that second chance. A lot of people are like, oh, don't do it, but I will give him that second chance. And the fact that he's doing suicide prevention stuff, that is good. The S prevention stuff, that is very good. I am very, very happy that he's doing that, and that some of this money is going to be going toward that. At 15K subs, I believe, 15K subs, because it's a subathon, he'll be giving 1,500 to charity. At 20K subs, he'll be giving 2,500 to charity. So that is a good amount of money still going to charity, no matter what. You could be like, oh, he could give more. That's being too choosy, too picky, too like, oh my God. The fact that he's giving anything is amazing. And I'm glad that he's doing that. And I will push these positive things, if no matter who it is who does it, honestly. If they're doing positive things that are actually helping someone else, heck yeah, I'll do it. I'll push it. And that is what I wanted to let you guys know about this one. He has come very far, and he has done a lot to change what he was known for and who he was in the past. Expert Armchair, who is someone who has, a degree in marketing and kind of goes through things based on what he knows about marketing. He calls himself Expert Armchair, but he doesn't pretend to be an expert in anything. He just gives his opinion. On Friday, he's going to be doing Friday as of, what May 12th is. So it's going to be on Friday the 16th. They're going to be doing something about the EN VTubing industry. Of course, a lot of people, there have been a lot, and I do mean a lot of controversies out there. Closures of the corpos and scandals in corpos and scandals outside of corpos, mainly outside of corpos. The corpo scandals tend to be of people not liking the moves that corporations do. Corporations are going to be corporations, and they're going to do moves that you're not going to like because they're doing it for their shareholders. Because their shareholders can sue them in court if they don't do certain moves to continue the cash flow. Of course, it seems bad. Like, on my opinion, I don't like it, but I fully understand why they do it. Cover is no exception. Nijisanji says any color's no exception. Idol, Brave Group, they all do the same thing. They all will do it for the money, of course. Of course, people like Cover try to be a little more humanistic in it with Yago, and Brave Group at least allows Idol and others under them idol corp and others under them to do what they need to do in order to keep things more human. Phase Connect is another one that keeps it more human vshojo as well. Every single one has its pitfalls, of course. However, at risk of sounding like a cynic and a shill, I think that allowing these tropes to define how corpos in this space are perceived would be a mistake. Just because it's a disservice to the VTuber corpos that have managed to avoid or climb out of the pitfalls, like for example Cover with the whole China situation, the whole Taiwan situation, they climbed out of that. They have had mistakes as well recently, and small ones, not huge ones. That was nowhere near Taiwan, but because Taiwan is a country, but you know, China didn't like that. China stepped into the chat and was very angry. But yeah, those type of things happen. Nijisanji still has not been able to pull out of the whole Selen debacle and, you know, mistreatment of their talents, or at least what it seems like, mismanagement of their talents. Talents I like at risk of developing blind spots, similar problems. I always get hate when I mention Cover and their issues. Every company is not perfect. There's no company out there who's perfect. Everyone has humans behind it. The difference I see with Hololive and Cover as a huge corporation compared to any kind of their direct competitor is that Hololive, for example, and others like Hololive, smaller corporations, do their best to see what issues happen, why they happen, and try to fix it in the future. Regardless if you're currently a fan or existing VTuber corpo, are sick of seeing people paint all corporate VTubing in the same broken broad strokes, or for someone who's been burned to many closures and adamantly believes independent VTubing is the future of the industry, or corporates are a relic, there will be probably something in this stream for you. So false idols, this is, of course, here's the thing. People could be like, oh my god, this is clickbait. This is the way the algorithm trains you to make things. The algorithm trains you to make these types of thumbnails, the catchy thumbnails, the fire, the black bar over the obvious VTubers who they are, that type of thing. And of course, using the word false idols is also something that could be inflammatory, but also, like I said, it is algorithmic training. Hell, even in AI, we'll figure out that this is the way the algorithm wants you to do it. Like, I'm pretty sure ChatGPT or Grok would easily, if you ask them to make you one, they'll make you something like this, because they understand that YouTube is that way. Very clear, you want to do this video to jump on the hate train against Cinder, only to use it other to its filler. Don't need to see the toilet water you produce to know where it goes. So they do have haters. Because no matter what, if you cover recent events, you're going to be seen as a shill, unless you have simps. If you have simps, then you're never going to be seen as a shill. But if you are someone like me, you're going to be seen as a shill by a lot of the community. Someone like Expert Armchair as well is going to be seen as a shill or a hater or a bandwagon jumper or anything like that by a lot of people who are either really, really tied to the people mentioned or just don't like, you know, people bad-mouthing, you know, other VTubers out there or saying anything that could possibly be considered bad-mouthing. Because what he's saying, he doesn't bad-mouth people, but he's considered to be someone who does. So that is just unfortunate. But I will say that I have no negative thoughts on Expert Armchair, personally. I think he's kind of like me. He has his opinions. He tries not to let his biases color anything he says. But of course, he's going to have people who don't like what he says. Tokino Sora, who is the longest running member of Hololive, who is there since the very beginning. She was the first one to be a part of a company that is now the second largest in Japan and in the world when it comes to, you know, size of VTubers and stuff like that, and also size of viewers. Today we are talking about her because she has had this birthday party. She's had this birthday here, where she started announcing people. This is the full list of everybody. She first had Yui Hizuki, then Fuji Aoi, then, of course, Ayane, and finally, of course, Raden and the other girls. Raden and Hajime. Bancho! Bancho is there too. And, of course, we have all of them here in her big celebration here. Let me go and actually put this out there for you guys. And, of course, I am just going to let you know that some of this may end up being crunchy audio, depending on if next one, and which is an agent of, you know, basically working with Hololive, if next one copyright claims strikes my channel, then I am going to have to modify things in order to make it not have a copyright strike on it. Soda-chan! The Ankimo, the huge Ankimo in the back. And the Dango's over there too. She flies in a mochi. Mochi, 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 mochi. Or dango, mochi, whichever one. I love that they can do that. That is cute. It may seem like a simple thing to do, but this takes a lot of effort to actually do and program and everything. She went full out on that one. There you go.
お大事にもいやねということでね体調をねちょっとねこんな体調というか喉をねなんか
咳が止まらなくなってしまっても本当に申し訳ないです本当に
And of course, remember, a lot of this is pre-recorded. Because if not, it would be really hard to get all of this programmed correctly. The next guest, right here. Let's see if it'll load. And this is, of course, right here. Fuji Aoi-chan. Talking about collabs they've done, things like that. And of course, she's off to the next one. Now it's a live performance, like an actual like live person, IRL person. Of course, this one here, I believe, is her, Ayane, which is a J-pop idol, I believe. Damn, very good. Okay. Now remember, they are in. She's in a stage. She's in a stage with like a green screen or green surround or something like that, where they were able to cut out her body. So she has no clue about what's going on there. So yeah.
ソラさんは横浜アリーナが目標なんですよね。
Oh, going to Yokohama Arena eventually. I hope so. I hope so. I honestly do hope so. And here's the new Sora-chan. The new look. The one everyone was looking forward to.
いろんなものがあるんですけど、それは配信後のアフターライブメンバー限定で見せちゃおうかな。
So that is her new look. And of course, there we have the final two. Ooh, I like how they have those intros. Hajime, Bancho, and Raden-chan. Oh, uh-oh. And she has a little tail. The heck? Oh, or a little rabbit's tail addition to it. That is cute. So, of course, it is a bit of a long one, but I did want to give them the, the full respect that they deserve. Instead of going through the full hour, we're just going through about 5-6 minutes of it. And, of course, once again, congratulations to her. And, of course, people showing the many things. Choreography, FIFO 70 choreographed everything for cinema. Happy birthday, Sora-san. Congratulations on trending at #1. And over here, I was in charge of choreography for Undead. The performance in the new costume was truly amazing. The results of the dance lessons were on full display. Once again, happy birthday. And of course, this person was the person who did, if I'm not mistaken, the costume of it. The full pants costume and everything. You can see the reference sheet here for all different looks of it. Very mature, very nice. And of course, here you have Sora saying thank you, of course. Too cute. Thank you for the wonderful illustration. They did a wonderful illustration for it. And of course, finally, here you have Ayane, who is, of course, the person that was also there. When I found out about Sora had covered it, I mustered up the courage to repost it on her post. Never thought I'd be able to join you here, but I'm happy to be able to celebrate in person. Very great that Hololive is able to do this. Hololive is able to connect their artists, their VTubers, with a lot of different people. They have a lot of clout, a lot of leeway, a lot of connections, and that is one benefit of being a part of Hololive. Big happy birthday to her, of course. Welcome back, everybody, to the VTuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, forms. Whether they're bigger than me, smaller than me, it doesn't really matter. I do this to try to help people, to raise people up instead of tearing people down, because we need that in this community. Now, we're talking about NaniRue, who was, you know, I showed you the Twitch right now. This is her Twitter. VTuber with a weird accent. People seem to like it. And of course, architect of time and resident cat girl with a voice, weird voice and accent, sucking at games for your entertainment. Also the bully of 1 billion stars. Let's take a look at something that they've done recently.
I never played Armored Core, so I would not be able to tell you honestly. But the animation when she goes in with the ass? Heck yeah!
I said the same thing. I said the same thing, but I'm a dude, so.
How to make the VTuber happy. Tits and ass.
Oh, God. That's how to make VTuber fans happy, too. Let's see right here. NaniRue on their VTuber YouTube. As, of course, NaniRue, the architect of time, VTuber lore. They have their lore video out here. They have many, many, many pieces of VTuber shorts here. And, of course, they are... it looks like it really started recently, and they are trying to get it moving up. So, of course, thank you so much, NaniRue, for allowing me to showcase you on my channel. I do hope this helps you in some way. Thank you so much for watching. That is all the news that we have for today. Please let me know down below if you want to know any more news or if you have any comments regarding anything that you saw here, which I will try my best to respond to. I love seeing your comments down below. Of course, as well, like and subscribe to the channel. That will give you more information every single day. I do 2 videos a day, so hopefully you enjoy.